Hello and welcome to a Bible study with me. Today we will be studying Genesis chapter 1, starting from verse 1. It goes. I'll be reading from the New King James Version. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, and it was good. And God divided the light from darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So the evening and the morning were the first day. Now this is the account of the first day. We can see clearly the creation, how it was started. It clearly says, in the beginning. This is the beginning. This is the very first chapter, the very first verse of the Bible, and it's taking us to the very beginning. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Okay? The earth was without form. Now it's explaining how. The earth was without form and void. Darkness was on the face of the deep. The Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light." There was light. God saw the light, it was good. Then he divided the light from the darkness. All right. Called the light day, the darkness he called night. And that was the first day. All right. Let's go on. Verse 6. Then God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." Thus God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. So the evening and the morning were the second day. Now we're continuing the account of the creation, how God made the skies. We have already said in the first part that the earth was without formless and void. The earth was formless and void, and it was practically just a body of water, filled with water, and we had the Spirit of God hovering over the water. Now in this account, in verse 6, we see how God divided the water. The earth was just water, according to the account of creation, and God divided the waters with a firmament. So the waters above the firmament, and there was waters below the firmament. All right. Now the waters above, verse 7, or no, verse 8, and God called verse 7. Thus God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. Then God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. Okay, let's go on. Then God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And God saw it was good. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass and herbs that yield seed, and the fruit tree that yield fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth." And it was so. All right. And the earth brought forth grass, the herbs that yield seed according to its kind, and the trees that yield fruit, which seed is in itself according to its kind. And God saw that it was good, and the evening and the morning were the third day. Well, let me quickly go back to the sky part before we come to the fruits and the vegetation. So I was almost getting ahead of myself initially. After God made the sky, the firmament that divided the waters, he called the waters above the firmament heaven, and the waters below. He separated them, said, "Let there be dry land." Dry land appeared. The dry land they called earth. The waters that gathered together that were separated from the dry land, he called them seas. All right. Then God saw that it was good. Okay. Then now God said, this is very fascinating part of the account of creation that I read that was very wonderful. it said, verse 11, then God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herbs, that yield seed, and the fruit tree that yield fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth. And it was so. So God was very specific. He didn't just say, let there be vegetation, right? He specified that let there be grasses and herbs that bring seed, knowing that from those seeds you can get more vegetations, all right? And let there be trees that have fruit, whose seed are inside the fruit. What's specific about this is whose seed are inside the fruit that can bring forth other trees. Okay? And that was very specific there. And God saw that it was good. And that was the third day. Continuing, verse 14. Then God said, let there be light in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be signs and seasons and for days. Then I'm going over it again. Then God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons and for days and years. And let them be for light in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth. And it was so. Verse 16, then God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. God set them in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the fourth day. Now the account of the fourth day, talking about the space, the sky, the sun and the moon. So practically, God said, let there be light in the firmament, all right, to make day and night. I've seen specifically, I was just really point this out. I've seen specifically how everything was detailed. Okay, initially in the verse 1 of the chapter we're reading, it just said, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Okay, we have to now see how He created them from the subsequent verses that come follow. Also, we also saw that in verse 5 or verse 4 and verse 5, God said, let there be light. Okay, and it was good. He divided the light. He called the light day, called the light darkness, called the darkness night. I understand that one. But now in verse 14, 15, and 16, we see how. Okay, I just want to point that out. Okay, so practically God made the light. He made the greater light and the lesser light. The greater light to rule the day, the lesser light to rule the night. They called one sun, the greater light. They called the other moon, which was the lesser light. All right, and so that it was good, and that was the fourth day. Let's go on, verse 20. Then God said, let the waters abound with an abundance of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the face of the firmament of the heavens. Amen. So God created great sea creatures and every living thing that moves, with which the waters abounded according to their kind, and every winged bird according to his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, fill the waters in the sea, and let the birds multiply on the earth. So the evening and the morning were the fifth day. Now we're seeing how God started making living creatures. He made the birds, let the birds fly above the earth, over the face of the firmament, and let there be sea creatures. God created sea creatures, every living thing that moves in the waters, Then he said, he blessed them, then said, be fruitful and multiply, fill the waters and everything. I'm specifying this because in the very next chapter we're going to read, in the very next verse, we're going to read, when I was studying this on my own, I noticed something that I want to share with you guys now. Okay, verse 24. Then God said, let the earth bring forth the living creatures according to its kind, cattle and creeping things, the beasts of the earth, each according to its kind. And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth according to its kind, cattle according to its kind, everything that creeps on the earth according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, let us make man. Verse 26. I'm seeing here, after God made the birds and the sea creatures, He blessed them, He told them, go on, multiply, feed the earth. He blessed them and He told them to multiply. Now He made the living creatures, the cattle, the beasts, everything on the earth. And I'm not saying that, but I don't want to be impatient, okay? So let's go on. Verse 26. Then God said, let us make man in our image according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fishes, over the birds, and over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. So God created man in His own image. In the image of Him, He created him. Male and female, He created them. Then God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and multiply, feed the earth, subdue it, have dominion over the fishes, over the birds, and over every living thing that moves on the earth. I don't take away the account of the creation of man, but that's what I'm talking about. I'm going back to the account of the creation of the living creatures, the cattle, and the beasts of the earth. After the account of the creation of the living creatures, the beasts, and the cattle, there was no point in where God saw them, in where God blessed them and asked them to multiply and be fruitful and all that. But He did that for the sea creatures, and He did that for the birds, for man. After He made man, He told man, verse 28, then God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and multiply, feed the earth, subdue it. Initially, I was like, maybe when He's saying God bless them, He's referring to both man, the creatures that He just made, the land creatures, the beasts, and the cattle. Or is it omitted? You know, I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not trying to create. I'm not creating a propaganda or anything. I'm just like, is there something that will get to be will light be shown on it later? Like, is there revelation from that? Are we going to, because I'm trying to study the Bible, we're going to try and study this way without prior knowledge, as if we were just studying the Bible from the beginning. I've read this Bible a lot, but I'm trying to study this Bible now with you guys. Genesis, independent of past knowledge. I want to study it chronologically and see how everything correlates. So from now, we already have a question mark. We already have a question mark in Genesis chapter 1. The cattle, the land creatures, and the beasts of the earth. There was no account clearly where they were blessed and asked to multiply and be fruitful and all that. For now, okay. But let's move on. Yeah. Then God made man in His image, in His likeness, asked them to be fruitful, multiply, bless them, have them to ask them to have dominion over the fishes, the birds, and every living thing that moves. Verse 29. Then God said, see, I have given you every herb that yields seed, which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed, to you it shall be for food. Also to every beast of the earth, to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth in which there is life, I have given every green herb for food. And it was so. Then God saw everything that He made, and indeed it was very good. So the evening and the morning were the sixth day. Hallelujah. We'll be ending here, but I'll just point two more things to conclude. At the end of all the creations, God saw everything that He made, and indeed it was very good. You notice that after every creation, the first day saw He made I have to go back. He made the light, separated the light from darkness, understand, so that it was good. The second day, the firmament, so that it was good. Third day, dry land, seas, fruits, let there be herbs, seeds, and everything, so that it was good. That was the third day. The second day, sorry, was the dry land and earth with the firmament. And the third day, seeds, fruits, so that it was good. The point is, after every day, after every work done on the day, end of the day, so that it was good. And at the end of everything, so that it was very good. I just wanted to point that out. Then and that's I want to point out. The second thing I want to point out is we see a little inclination, a little what's the word? Insight into the heavens. We see that it may very subtle, you may not notice it, but we get to understand that there are more than one heavens. Let me point it out to you. So in this chapter here, heaven or heavens are mentioned a couple of times, but very specifically, there are times when it is mentioned as heavens, meaning plural, sorry, then heaven, just a heaven. I'm point them out. In the beginning, God created the heavens, chapter 1, verse 1. God created the heavens and the earth. All right. Then we go on again. It's mentioned in verse 8. And God called the firmament, which is the sky, heaven. Okay. Then we see again when in verse 14, when he made the lights, let there be light in the firmament of the heavens. Verse 15, and let them be lights for the firmament of the heavens. The firmament of the heavens. So just pointing out that it's pretty, I don't want to, bring in knowledge from other verses up front. We're just reading only chapter 1, verse 1 now, and just preliminary that from here, we're already seeing a little bit of an insight into the fact that there's heaven and there are the heavens. So there are more than one heaven. We don't know how many yet from this chapter. But I believe as more as we read, God will give us knowledge and understanding and put His word in our hearts. So thank you for today. Thank you for studying the Bible with me. See you next time.